Hi, I'm Chris Williams. I'm the co-organizer here of RobotsConf. The first time we've ever done this conference. It's an amazing little event that we put together to introduce software developers to hardware and robot building and the wonderful happy world of the maker movement in a 48-hour time period. I co-founded a company called Safer Aging that does senior safety monitoring through passive sensors and active sensors inside a house to make sure that a senior citizen is still alive and doing well or trending towards a negative sort of thing. My wife and I organize these events not out of any sort of plan or idea. We just do it out of passion and just what we're going for and what we would want to attend. That's the main core feature of what we try to present is what would we want to be at. No, we are I think the term is a not-for-profit. I prefer the term in it for the love sort of conference experience. We try to dump every last dollar, blood, sweat, and tear back into the community and into the conference itself to create a once-in-a-lifetime type experience, something that's very unique. We've done this for the last 5 years with JSConf, every year reinventing the conference itself and pushing ourselves and the conference models further than we possibly thought we could go. So RobotsConf is a very different experience. It's most conferences have a strict lecture track that require the attendees to basically be complacent and sit there, obtain knowledge, and hope it sticks, and then go home. That model doesn't work, in my mind, for something like building robots. So what we did is we took two very inspirational and wonderful lectures in the morning just to give people a vision of what the world could be. And then we did 20-minute quick surveys of what the world is, what's available, what's present. And then after that, we broke people out into what you see behind me, which is as best I can call it, is a pop-up makerspace, where we have everything from a laser printer behind me, 3D printers off to the side. You probably can see the time-lapse footage. There's Kinects, there's Leap Motions, there's Spark Cores, there's hardware beyond belief, and batteries and sumo bots and all sorts of crazy stuff. The general idea is give people 16 hours and more hardware they could possibly use and see what they come up with. Without any plan, any strategy, any direction, just let them build to their heart's content. It's turned out beautifully. We finished the day, as we will in the next couple hours, with two sort of visionary lectures again that just provide where the world's going, or more importantly, where to take the world after you've left here. The middle point is awesome, if I may, because we have people here who've never programmed. We have people here who only write in web code or only write higher level languages, working with and building robots that are, generally speaking, scary or low level, and allows them to quickly and rapidly connect with the right people here in this room, build something amazing, have a very, very high win value and a very, very fulfilling experience, and be able to take from that and grow even further. If I may, I'm super proud of that fact, and I'm super proud to see what everyone here has built. The projects are absolutely amazing. I've seen almost anything your heart could imagine. The 3D printers have hummed all day. The laser cutters have been going nonstop. It's just been a magical experience. Where you need to start at, in the original intent, my first thought was be a web-ish programmer, somebody who's higher up in the stack, a Ruby, a JavaScript, a Perl, a Python developer, and that be your basic tacit knowledge. So we didn't enforce that, and actually many people attended that didn't necessarily have that requirement or need to have that requirement, because the social atmosphere that we've created here allows anyone to sit down with some of the best developers in the world and get ramped up incredibly quick and get over the general barriers that are scary for programming. How to get an IDE working, how to compile, how to do this, that, and the other. It's really easy to get over those hurdles when you have the right people right next to you or within an arm's reach to say, hey, I don't know why this isn't working. And I feel very happy that we've created that atmosphere here, and it's proven to be quite incredible. So the question is, this is the first one, do I plan on having more? This is always like having kids, and my wife and I always discuss conferences much like many people discuss children. In fact, they are actually very much like children. They cost a lot of money, and they always act out of turn whenever you least expect it. At the end of each conference, I'm always of the opinion that I'm never ever doing it again, and I'm open about that opinion. But I do believe there's something magical and special here. I don't have any plans as of this moment of doing another one, but I also don't have any plans against doing another one. How to encourage anyone to get into the STEM programs, specifically encouraging diversity in the entrance into those programs. The diversity aspect, I actually think, is an interesting question with respect to the maker movement. It seems to be a naturally more diverse than higher level programming languages, which is interesting. I don't have a good reason, I don't have any speculation as to why, it's just an observation. That said, the most important thing that I view that we as adults here and out there, everywhere, programmers and non-programmers alike can do is going back and reinforcing basic values and ideas into young people that, hey, we all get that education systems suck, understood, but math does have value and science does have value, and look at all these cool things you can do. Matt Podwasaki, who helped organize this event, and we work with the TEALS program, which is a outreach program into educational, like kindergarten through 6th and 8th grade programs, to get kids interested in it by actually showing them real world technology. Most schools don't have a budget that a large tech company might have, so they can't go out and buy a couple drones, or they can't go get a 3D printer, or they can't have access to a laser cutter. But kids love these things. That is the future to them. That is the world that they will live in. And it's a disservice to not introduce them to them early. I'd suggest, if you're watching this, to go find a similar sort of, whether TEALS or DigiGirls or any of the numerous outreach programs. Go to a maker fair, see the people walking around. Go to your local high school or middle school and say, hey, I do technology stuff. I would love to come back and help. At least just give my perspective of the world and hopefully provide an inspiration. At a minimum, just find somebody local who's young, of any sort of area this works well. Just go find someone and be a mentor. Be somebody they could talk to and come to, and maybe provide to them a little bit of a more global or broad-reaching perspective that allows them to get past the upfront minutia that generally blocks people from going further in the tech field. We always get the question of live streaming. Why don't you live stream the event? And there is, especially with this event, no possible way you could ever live stream this event. We actually did more than we've ever done thanks to the wonderful group here. Also the Maker Media group, they've been doing time-lapse captures. We've actually had more footage from this event than we've ever had at any other event. That said, you miss a vital, important human aspect of meeting people. You don't get to sit down with Ron Evans or Rick Waldron or Raquel Velez or any of the other wonderful people here who are just wanting to help you. There is a kismet, a magic that when you're building and other people are building, that happens and you come up with crazy ideas. 1:30 last night, people were trying to build a weather balloon that is the craziest story that I'd ever heard. They were taking butane lighters and trying to get hot air to go into a homemade weather balloon. And unless you're here, you're not going to experience that energy and excitement that they had. There is nothing that we can't do in this moment. And there's something magical about that. So if you get a chance, come here. If you don't have that chance, find out somebody who went from here and made one, or took these ideas and made one, and go to that. Being part of these sorts of things is the most important thing. So the final statement I'd like to make is, this is nothing special. This is just dedication and passion and love. I don't hold any magic key. I don't have a secret playbook. I'm just a human. I'm just a person trying to get by most times. I encourage anyone who's watching this to take these ideas that I have, make them better. Go do it in your own voice. I have no issue with other people taking from my efforts and improving on my failures and just doing a much better job. I want other people to take from this and learn and do other things. I hope that the energy and excitement that has started or has been rekindled in this room allows the attendees to go forward and make up their own sort of robotic systems or robotic groups or study groups or maker spaces or anything thereafter. That for me is the most exciting part, is watching what you, both the attendees here and those watching, go forward and do from the things that I have sort of tried to put forward and put out there as my voice.